Hey guys, Squid here. So I finally got a response on the FOIA from a Julie Knowles, Julie.Knowles at sonomacounty.gov. And in the response, I will show it to you here. You guys can see that, but I'll read it to you because it's backwards, I'm sure. To whom it may concern, or actually to me, at my email address, California Public Records request dated April 22nd. That's not true. I turned in the request on March 26th. It says, to whom it may concern, the Sonoma County Sheriff's Office is in receipt of the request you have made under California Public Records Act dated April 2nd, 2026, March 26th, seeking the name and badge number of the employee associated with vehicle A970. On that date, Sergeant F. Scarrett, badge number 1101745, was associated with that vehicle. This completes the records request, or this completes the Sonoma County Office response to your Public Records Act request. Sincerely, Julie Knowles. Okay, cool. So they finally responded, but there's one small problem. I requested everything public in that deputy's files. That's the letter I got. Here's attached my copy of the handwritten FOIA that went in on March 26th, right? And it even has a time. Oh, she didn't time and date that. Well, it still has a date on there. She timed and dated my copy. So, let me show you my response to Miss Knowles. A big long paragraph. Miss Knowles, this form does not contain the required information. I specifically requested all public files, capital ALL, including but not limited to training, hire date, salary, and complaints. Not specifically what the complaints are, but how many does he have and how many are sustained. Also, previous law enforcement employment. That's what I could think of on the fly. You have until Friday to fill my request, or tell me by Friday, or contact me by Friday and request more time. I also suggest that you review the California Public Records Act and the Freedom of Information Act. And I left my phone number, so with her. So now we're going to go to the separate email that I sent her. It's from me. It said, actually, now I need your supervisor to contact me. I really can't believe that you did not know that all public records on this request meant anything in capital letters other than all of that deputy's public files. I need a response from you and your supervisor. I hope that I have cleared up what is required of you. If you have any questions, please let me know. So, they have them till Friday to get me that information, and if they don't, they're in violation of the law. They're already in violation of the law, okay? It's not my job to get it to the correct person. It's theirs. I turned it in. I did everything that was required of me, including I left them contact information. On that contact information, by the way, my cover got completely blown when Brent Kidder got involved and knew who I was from the previous complaint I'd put in on his deputies. Um, I had called the sheriff's department to ask a question on the business line. Somehow somebody transferred me over to dispatch, which is the recorded 911 line. I was trying to explain what I needed and who I needed to speak to. But instead of that, they insisted on getting all my information, right? And I was trying to explain what was going on because I didn't need a deputy. I just needed a phone call. That's all I needed. And they knew that. And I argued with 2 or 3 different operators about this. And I said, ma'am, if you please listen, I will give you all the information I have. And she wanted to argue with me that I needed to do it her way. I'm the person with the problem that needs help. And she wants me to stop and do administrative crap for her? No. No, absolutely not. That is not my job. Yeah. So the dispatchers wound up sending an armed response. Like, I walked out to talk to the deputy, and there were 6 or 7 of them out there with guns out. So I still have a little PTSD from that, and a lot of anger. And I pretty much put them on notice that if I catch you slipping, I'm going to start, investigating, and we'll send it up to the proper authorities after this, which I believe would be the district attorney. I don't know. I am going to try and make some phone calls to get in touch with them, because it really was an inadequate response. They did not give me the information I requested. It's not my job to redact their files or get it to me in a timely manner. That onus is on them. So, yeah, they sent an armed response to my house. I was in cuffs, sat in the back of a cop car for the better part of a half an hour while one of them wandered around and looked in my house and did stuff. And, one of them decided he was going to lean on my truck and spit in my driveway. Not after that. So, accountability is coming in Sonoma County. Please, if you're in the county government, get your stuff together, get it straight, learn the laws, or I will teach them to you. I'm getting aggravated with the lack of response, the lack of action, the timeliness, and the completely inadequate response to that. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. I'm frustrated. I'm upset. I was going to do this video earlier, but I was in the middle of yard work and was all covered in weeds and sweat and stuff. So I decided until I purdied up, I wasn't going to get on camera. And yes, I'm wearing my Ode to Auto, which I plan on wearing if I have to go back into the building. All right, guys, thanks. Have a great day. Weekend's coming up. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. And as soon as I get more, I'll let you know about it. But right now, it's not fulfilled as the way it is. Hey, Dave at San Joaquin. Could you get in contact with me just on what next steps I should take, please? Or somebody in the community, please. I'm looking stuff up as well, but I know you guys have this tattooed on your brain, so any help would be greatly, greatly appreciated. All right, guys, have a good weekend. Stay safe.